Hello guys, welcome back to another movie review, and today we are reviewing Jeanne du Barry. Jeanne du Barry follows the true story of Jeanne Becu, and she is born as very much an illegitimate daughter in like 1740s or whatever, and she's on a journey. She is on a journey, and the real story of it is she establishes a bit of a relationship, well, a relationship, not a bit of a relationship, with King Louis, the court of Louis the 14th. So, and he becomes the king's, or court king, whatever his name is, king of France or whatever it is, and she becomes his official last mistress. Obviously, very different time, you know, it's not even that long ago when you think about it. It's only like 250, 270 years ago, and it's a totally different time to what it is today. It's mad to think what's like life going to be like 200 years from now. Obviously, none of us are going to know that, but yeah. So the movie stars Maiwenn, who is playing Jeanne du Barry. And Maiwenn is also the director of this movie. So she stars as Jeanne du Barry as well as directing the movie. She is French. The whole film is in French and it's got subtitles. If that is not for you, then you know it's not going to be that for you. But what might be for you is the person playing Louis the 14th. That is actually Johnny Depp himself. He is playing King Louis. This is a movie that was actually filming during the whole Amber Heard Johnny Depp trial, and I think they actually postponed the beginning of filming until the trial was done, because obviously Johnny Depp was in that. So this is a role that he had, but he was very much filming and coming back and forth and all that. I thought he was brill. Who knew Johnny Depp could speak French? I mean, he spoke French the entirety of the film. Very good performance from him, of course. It was never going to be in doubt. And yeah, what did I think of the overall film? Well, I gotta say, the actual plot of the film was absolutely bonkers to me. You know, like I said, it's just a totally different time, 200 odd years ago. And, you know, I think the film was very well executed. It reminded me a few years ago of Cyrano that I watched, which had Peter Dinklage in there. Loved that movie, really liked the whole costumes and everything, and the set and all of that. All these period stuff they are just done very well. It's the same thing really with this film. It is done very, very well in terms of the costumes, the makeup, everything aesthetically is awesome. The film is a very small budgeted film, but actually I think it's one of Johnny Depp's like production companies. They actually got involved and, you know, have started to actually support the film. So, you know, this was part funded by Johnny Depp himself. And of course then, you know, he's actually producing the movie as well, alongside the direction of Maiwenn and whatnot. The story, as I say, is a mad one, but what sells this movie to me to tell to you guys is basically the performances of both actors. I think this is where two actors have a great on-screen chemistry. They both play the roles really well. They're very convincing and very engaging, even for like a French speaking movie. You know, we don't really get much, you know, international speaking movies that kind of make it over here in the cinemas and stuff. Cineworld did decide to have this on. I think it was on like 2 showings a day in my Cineworld, and it was only on for a week, so, you know, chances I might have gone by now. But I would recommend people watch this. If you get a chance to watch this on streaming or whatever, I think it's a must watch really in that regard. Obviously you've got to like being able to read subtitles and whatnot, but I think it was brilliant. I think there was a real character in the actual entirety of the film. I think the life of Jeanne du Barry is very interesting, and a life I didn't know, similar to the Cabrini film that we watched a couple of months ago. You know, I didn't know much about her, didn't know nothing about her. It's another biopic movie that's been added to the like collection of watching, and you know, it wasn't a bad one. So speaking on if it was a bad or a good one, what did I actually score it? Well, I gave it a 3.5 star. As I say, I really enjoyed it. It's definitely on the top end for me. Enjoyment level was really good, but I think as an actual film, I think the actual design and everything, it was very much aesthetically pleasing. The actual like color grading of the movie was brill, very period-esque, but then also not too overdone, and it did have elements of The Crown in there in terms of like the set pieces and the costumes and how it was all made, which obviously is a very good compliment to give. But I would recommend going to see it. Maiwenn starring as Jeanne du Barry, brilliant. Directing it as well, brilliant. And of course Johnny Depp in this role. Definitely recommend, go and check it out, Jeanne du Barry. But there it is, there's my review of Jeanne du Barry. Have you seen it? Let me know your thoughts down below if you have, and if you haven't, of course, please go and, well, if you want to, go and watch it. But there it is guys, thanks so much for watching, stay tuned for more, and I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.